Today I want to talk about the 10 ways that you can deal with self-isolation and social distancing right now. And this can be anytime you're stuck at home, whether it's a snowstorm, a rainstorm, or whatever, as long as the power's on and you have internet. These 10 things I think will help break up the monotony and get those creative juices flowing and keep you productive when you have to stay at home for a long period of time. Number 1, read a book. Read 2 books, read 10 books. If you don't like reading, get a book on Audible or wherever you can find a book on tape. But do something, read a book to expand your mind. For example, if you work in marketing, read a marketing book. If you wanted to learn project management, pick up a book on project management. Order online through Amazon or get a book through Kindle and read it on your e-reader. So read a book or listen to a book on tape or Audible or some type of recorded message. Now for fun, you could add a different element to that and you could blog about the book you're reading or create some content to post on YouTube or a combination of both. Creating the Impossible by Michael Neill. Simply read the book, start doing the processes, and hey, if you're stuck at home for 90 days, then that might be a good time to create the possible and do something amazing with that time. You can write a blog, you can do some live YouTube content, you can actually do something pretty creative and create a whole entire group, social group surrounding this book. Do an online virtual book club. So just with option number 1, you can do so many different things from that potential, from that possibility. Option 2. Well, we all have Netflix, we all have Amazon Prime, Apple, Disney Plus, BBC Online. I don't want to leave anybody out, but any of the online platforms. So let's say there's a show that you love. Watch it, but be productive with it. Instead of beating yourself up saying, oh my gosh, I just binge watched 6 hours of Suits. Well, blog about it, write about it. Again, put it online, talk about it, or use it to spur something different. For example, if you're watching a show, let's say you're watching Lock and Key, which is a new one on it's a new one on Netflix. Write your own story about it, or draw an image of the house. There's so many different things that you can do. Binge watching a show, writing about it, blogging about it, writing some fan fiction about it. Those are all really great ways to take something that you might think is a non-productive activity, but is definitely something that will help break up the monotony of being at home. So, just to recap, number 1, read a book. Number 2, watch something on Netflix with a purpose. Write a book. Again, I think Most of us have a book inside of us, whether it's a story, whether it's an autobiography, or something. If you've had a book inside of you, and right now you're self-isolating, you're relatively well, why don't you write a book? Get that book out. Start doing it. Start a little by little. If you're at home, if we all have to be at home for 4 weeks or 6 weeks, that's plenty of time, even if you're working from home. Because as I've said, you're not commuting anymore and you're not having to get up and really go do much. So that all that time that you've had to use going to and fro from destination to destination is now condensed for you to actually, it's freed up for you to actually do those things that you've always had an excuse you haven't had time to do. Now there's no excuse. Number 4, meditate. Practice mindfulness. Practice meditation. Sit and just be. Enjoy the stillness. Enjoy the feeling of not doing and see what comes. Somebody is going to come up with, who is using this time productively, a multi-million-dollar business idea or product that's going to solve some type of issue that we've needed to be solved or problem. Let that person be you. Obsess over MSN and BBC and what's the latest news with the coronavirus or CNN or Fox or wherever you're getting your news content from. Turn it off, and instead of using that 5 minutes to fill yourself with content that's really not necessarily changing every day and that isn't beneficial for your safety, your health and safety, once a day is fine. If you check in the morning or if you check in the end of the day, you will get the right amount of information that you need. You don't have to check it every 5 to 10 minutes. I'm guilty as charged in that area. As much as I get frustrated with constantly hearing about the same things relating to this coronavirus, I still find myself wanting to get into that. So meditate, practice mindfulness, give yourself a chance to really grow in that area and see what happens. Because I guarantee that if you go with it, if you work with it, and if you do it, some pretty amazing things will happen in your life. Because meditation has scientific benefits. We know it reduces blood pressure, it lowers anxiety, it helps you sleep better, it releases tension in our muscles. If you can't sit still, then again, I say meditation, I say mindfulness. Mindfulness is getting into the moment, the power of now. So when you're doing something, don't think about anything else. When you're washing the dishes, don't think about when is this work from home situation going to end. When you're binge watching Netflix at night, don't think, when am I going to be able to go back into work, or fill in the blanks. Be mindful. Just be in the moment and make use of the moment. Don't complain, don't moan, and don't get angry because circumstances are the way they are. Make the most of them. Be an innovator. Be innovative and be creative.